Hi everyone. Are you an intermediate level guitarist who's trying to find those chord tones during a chord progression? That's what this tool is. It's called Chord Toner. It's something that I've developed as an intermediate guitar player for guitar players. And the features are, number one, it's free. There's no software to install, no plugins to install, and you can make your own scale diagrams on the fly. So no more consulting books, printing out PDFs, making chart diagrams. It also makes backing tracks. And there's a live pitch tracker that will help place the notes that you're playing onto the scale diagrams that you're creating on the fly. So I'm going to go over where to find it and what are some of the key features. So let's go on over to my website, which is dantompkinsmusic.com. You scroll down to Chord Toner, and if you click on this link, it'll go to chordtoner.dantompkinsmusic.com, and I'll just go over the main features. So right now I'm connected to a USB device. I'm playing my Fender Stratocaster in the neck pickup with a clean tone. And you'll see here it says detect input. So what this is going to do is it's going to enable a live pitch tracker onto your guitar. It's important to keep the tone clean, increase your gain, and that improves the results. So I'm just going to click on detect inputs right now. And I'm going to select the interface, the USB interface that I'm using, which is Quantum ES2, the mic line, and then I'm going to hit listen. So as I play a note, I just play the lowest string, which is the E string, and it registers the note of E. Now I'm going to play the high E string. So this pitch tracker is it's detecting the notes, and that's one part of knowing where am I relative to the scale that I'm trying to match. Okay, so it's doing live pitch tracking. Throughout these diagrams, I have it labeled as red is the root, green is the third, blue is the fifth. Blue note, that's if you want to do a blues scale. So just pick a scale. Pick a key. So right now we're in the key of C. We're going to stick in the key of C major, and I'll get to these other buttons in a minute. Now there are different views that you can see the fretboard. So right now I'm in view 3, so it is range 4 to 13, center on 8. So you're seeing frets 4 to 13 was centered on 8. And beneath that, you will see the scale notes. So first note is obviously C, and then D, E, F, G, A, and B. So those are all the notes that are in the scale that you've chosen. I could select D major, for example, and now you see what are the notes in that scale. So you can cycle between all these different scales. You can do, different keys. You can do A major, A minor. You can do A major blues, A minor blues. But let's just go back to C major for now. So once again, these are the notes that are in that scale, and these are the chords that are in that particular key. So the 1 chord is a C, 2 chord is D minor, 3 chord is E minor, 4 chord is F major, 5 chord is G major, 6 is A minor, and so forth. So now what you need to do is select your chords, your chord progression. So for the first chord, I'm going to click on C major. So let's just do a simple 1, 6, 4, 5 progression. So that would be a 1, a 6, 4, and 5. So now what will happen is you'll populate the progression. So for example, I'm looking at the first chord that I've selected, which is C major, its root is C, and then E, third is E, and the fifth is F. A minor, the root is A, the flat third is C, and the fifth is E. Now for F, F-A-C, and G major, it's G-B-D, and so forth. So you will see where these notes are for this particular chord that you've chosen. Now, I've also included a composite view. So, and I'll get to this in a minute. Currently, in our progression, we have C, A minor, F, and G. So let's just create a little backing track. So this is all, no software is, you don't need to install any software. So let's just play a very simple backing track to this. So this is going to cycle through the different chords that you've selected. And you can see how the first chord is C, the next chord is A, the next chord is F, and then G. So you can build your own backing track. You can adjust the tempo. So let's just stop this. And let's say we want this to go, I don't know, something less, 80 beats per minute. Okay, so now we have our backing track. Okay, and I'm just going to try to keep coming back to the root note. Very simple example, but you can imagine it gets a lot more complicated. So I'm just going to stop the track right now. Let's say that you like that chord progression. You can actually download a wave file of that, and now you have your own practice track that you can play over again. So let's just go back to this diagram again. Recall what I mentioned about the tracking. So right now we're not playing to any kind of audio file. You can see that it's not always getting the note correct. But here it is. I'm on the 5th fret of the B string. So sometimes you have to kind of fiddle with it a little bit until it starts tracking again. This is actually really difficult to do. It's easy to get the right pitch, but it's incredibly difficult to get the pitch onto the correct string and the correct fret. But right now it's picking up on the correct C, so I'm just going to try to get that to register again. Okay. So you can see it doesn't always do the best job of tracking. You don't have to have the tracking on. You can just press stop, in which case you won't see the notes highlighted that you're playing. So now it's off. You can also change the view. So I mentioned earlier something about changing the view. If you press 1, now it's going to show frets 0 through 8 centered on 4. So these are your low notes, right? 0 through 8 centered on 4. So let's just turn on the tracking again, and let's see if it picks up the low notes. So right now I'm in what's called composite view, which is going to cycle through the chords that you selected. So it is picking up the open E string. Now you do have to play, kind of deliberately, kind of slowly, not, too crazy. Let's see. So I'm just gonna keep playing the C major scale for a little bit. So it does an okay job. It's not the best. I can think of plenty of ways to improve it, but for now it's just basic tracking, so please don't expect that it's going to be perfectly getting it every time. So now I'll go over some of the other keys that you can play in. You just pick your keys. So one song that I really used this a lot on was an F sharp minor, and so it was F sharp minor, D, and if I made a mistake like I just did, just hit clear chord and go back up, pick your D, and then pick your E. So we'll just stop this and stop the tracking. Now you can do other variations. So for example, the minor blues. So minor blues typically has a 1-4-5. Let's take the key of A minor. It's A minor, D, and E. So you can build a minor blues song, you can build a major blues song, and you can see how each time you do that the scale notes change. You get a flat third and a major third for the blues scale. And let's just say we have an E7, A7, B7. Those are actually the chords that are in my song Grace Found Me, and you can see the blue notes have showed up now. So that's what blue note means. So if you remember from your blues scale, you've got So you can create a blues song, you can create a major song, minor song. There's so many options to choose from. And a lot of times, I've heard in guitar instructors, they talk about pentatonic lead patterns. So let's just go back to C major. You have a song in C major. I don't know. Let's do the C. The 1-6-4-5 again, and we're going to create a little backing track here, and it's going to cycle through, cycling through the chords, it's cycling through the notes to target. What you can do is overlay what I call the bridge pattern 1. It's typically referred to as a crossover pattern, or I've heard different words for it, but this will give you the notes that are a part of a well-known cross pattern, pentatonic cross pattern. So you can overlay that so that when you're doing a solo, you'll know which notes to hit. I did that for the lead pattern 1 and lead pattern 2 as well. So just look up pentatonic crossover patterns and you'll know what I'm talking about. Okay, so this is an overview of ChordToner. How do you get to it? Just go to dantompkinsmusic.com, go down to Tools, click on ChordToner, and we'll take you here. ChordToner is the name. This is an absolutely free tool. There's no software required. Nothing to change on your computer. It's It's just purely a practice tool. You know, I would really love to hear what you think about this. To hit this feedback button, that'll go to this page here, and just, you know, fill out. You don't even have to put any real name. It'd be great if you could just send me an email. This goes directly to my email inbox of any feature requests or bugs that you've detected or whatever. You know, this is like I use a lot when I'm practicing, and now I don't have to lug around all of these books and save a bunch of PDF files that are specific to a key. I can just choose the key that I want, the chords that I want, make a backing track, see where I'm at, turn on live detection. Does an okay job for practice purposes, but I'd like to improve this. And yeah, let me know what you think. I hope you like this. I hope it's useful. And please send your suggestions, send your feedback, feature requests. Thanks a lot. God bless, and thanks for taking a look.